We have some major updates of mixed martial arts, starting with the news. Jon Jones confirmed he's not retiring until one more fight. He didn't directly say it this way, but his words suggest he's ready for his next bout. In a recent interview, he revealed that talks with the UFC are taking place for next fight.
So right now, the UFC and I, we're in negotiations. We're in talks to see what happens next. I'm back in the gym. I'm training. I feel really great, and we'll just be ready for whatever opportunity comes our way.
But you're a betting guy. Do you think you'll get back inside the cage in 2025 if we had a bet on that?
Yes, I will be competing in 2025, more than likely.
Seems like Ilia Topuria ready for his next fight. After a stunning victory at UFC 309, this is the first time Topuria has hinted at his next fight. Recently, on his social media handle, he asked his fans who they think should be his next opponent, and most people voted for Islam. ESPN also posted a list of 3 potential opponents for him. Alexander Volkanovski is at number 1, Islam at number 2, and Diego Lopes comes in last. Diego Lopes himself responded to the post, showing deep interest to fight him, but now it's up to the UFC to decide who his next opponent will be out of the 3. Rafael Fiziev has an opponent and is waiting for the UFC to announce it. Recently, he hinted that he accepted a fight offer and is now waiting to hear back from the UFC. On his X handle, he wrote, "It's been almost 2 weeks since I accepted the date and the opponent. Still waiting to hear back. Can't wait to get back in the octagon. It's been too long." Seems like Conor McGregor in hot water after being found guilty of SA. Last night, a game called Hitman, which has had a long partnership with McGregor, made headlines after news broke that the game has removed all McGregor-related content and ended its partnership with him. This is huge because this decision could cause serious harm to McGregor's reputation and affect his brand partnerships in a big way. Before we continue, hit the bell icon for daily MMA Updates notifications. Now, the Hitman X account released a statement on McGregor. They said, "In light of the recent court ruling involving Conor McGregor, IO Interactive has decided to terminate its partnership with him, effective immediately. We take this situation very seriously and cannot ignore the consequences. We will begin removing all McGregor-related content from our storefronts today." Leon Edwards speaks up about what's next for him. Following his loss to Belal Muhammad, Edwards had no confirmation on his next move in the UFC. He had mentioned earlier that he wasn't sure what was coming next for him. But in a recent interview, he discussed his future plans and stated that in 2025, he intends to regain his welterweight title and then aim to become a double champion.
My goal right now is to also get the belt back. I'd like to be champion again by the end of the year, next year, around this time next year. So just putting steps in place. I've lost a fight now in like 9 years. So I was getting used to that feeling again. I feel like I hate losing more than I love winning. There's not much you can do now, just move on from that. You put it behind you, and for me, it's more about what's next and how do you get back to where you want to get to. My goal is to be 2-time world champion.
Cory Sandhagen wants to fight Petr next. During a recent YouTube video, Sandhagen calls him out.
Congrats to Jan. Maybe we'll do it next. I don't really know what the division's going on. I haven't really heard too much. I was hoping to hear probably sometime next week about the direction that they're going to go in, because I know that they were waiting on this fight to play out. And yeah, congrats to Jan. I still want to get that one back. We'll see if it'll be next or not.
Sean O'Malley believes Merab Dvalishvili is terrified of Umar Nurmagomedov. Recently on the Sugar Show podcast, O'Malley claimed that Merab is deeply afraid of facing Umar and is doing everything possible to avoid the fight.
Umar wants to fight Merab in January. Petr wants to fight Merab in March. I want to fight Merab in April. Merab is absolutely himself terrified of Umar. I think he will do he doesn't want to fight Umar. Now he's saying he wants to fight Petr. He wanted to fight me. But, it
seems like Paddy Pimblett isn't impressed by Islam Makhachev. Recently during the Still Talking show, Paddy Pimblett shared that fighting Islam would be easy money for him. Currently, Pimblett is ranked number 14 in the UFC lightweight division, while Islam holds the top spot. Related to this, the show's host asked Pimblett about fighting Islam. Listen to how he answered.
You're currently ranked 14. You know who's number 1. Do you look at them now as number 1 and go, I'm coming for you?
Yeah, of course. I always say, people always say, oh, do you think you beat Islam Makhachev? I'm like, obviously. Think I'm going to sit? Yeah, you've got to. Do you think I'm going to sit here and go, oh, no, he beat me? Then I'm not a fighter. I'm a coward.
Islam might watch this. Never know. He might pull his YouTube up.
Someone actually asked him about me the other week, didn't he, in Abu Dhabi?
Well,
and he said, oh, if he keeps winning fights, then he might get a title shot.
Well, there's something funny. If Islam watched this, what would you say to him?
I'd respect Islam. You know what I mean? He's a great champion. People will probably laugh at me for saying this, but obviously I think I'd beat him. I don't think any man on this planet that beat me ever got in a cage with him. I think I'd beat everyone.
So Islam wouldn't stand a chance if they got in a cage with you?
In my mind, no. Know what I mean?
And that's the champion. That's the
I
mindset
always
of a
say
champion.
that if you think anyone in your division or anyone that you're like rivals with, anything like that, can beat you, you're in the wrong sport. Go and do footy or rugby or cricket or basketball or hockey.
You've got to have that confidence in
where
yourself.
you've got a team.
Magomed Ankalaev gives an update on his fight with Alex. Recently, a Russian news site interviewed Ankalaev and asked him about his fight with Alex Pereira. In response, he revealed that Alex hasn't yet accepted the offer to fight him, but believes their fight could take place in May. From Ankalaev's statement, it seems like there is confirmation from the UFC about the fight happening, but Alex hasn't responded to it yet. We'll have to see what happens next. Michael Chandler's former opponent, Brent Primus, slams Chandler after his embarrassing loss at UFC 309.
Man, he looked like crap in his last fight, didn't he? I could not believe that. Yeah, I think Chandler looked like crap. His footwork, he was like falling everywhere. He's throwing his right hand like he's throwing a baseball. Like, I was not impressed with his performance. And then his call out, he's kind of cringy, man, for me. But yeah, I don't like that guy. I think Chandler's he's a cheater. I feel like he's a dirty fighter. Yeah, man, I just don't like that guy at all. And watching Oliveira pick him apart like that was kind of fun to see for sure. I liked it. Man, Chandler, that's what happened. You take 2 years off, wait for somebody, and you could totally tell the ring rust in him. And I just think he looked like crap. His feet were like not underneath him. He's kind of falling everywhere. He tripped on the cage. He wasn't setting up his punches. He was telegraphing them. Like I said, he looked like he was throwing a baseball. It was a kind of embarrassing performance, I thought, from Chandler. But like you said, man, you sit out for 2 years and wait for somebody. That's what happens.
As I said, normally I don't think you root for anyone's downfall. I don't think you're going to be rooting for Chandler anytime soon, though. So.
Hell no, I'm not, dude. That guy's such a cheating little punk, dude. Oh, I can't stand that guy. And then when he fought, I heard Dustin Poirier saying he doesn't want to fight him because he's just a dirty cheater, putting his fingers in his eyes and blowing blood in his eyes. And just, man, Chandler's definitely was a good fighter and still probably is. He looked like really a lot of ring rust in him, but I just think he's a dirty cheater. He's just a dirty cheater guy, and if he's not gonna win or have his way, then he's gonna make up excuses and try to cheat. And so I was pretty happy to see Oliveira just pick him apart like that. It's pretty cool. Oliveira's the man. He's like such a dirty fighter, and he's a cheater, and he just man, I just can't stand that guy. I cannot stand him. And usually that's not how it is when I fight anybody. Like you said, I never wish for anybody's downfall or anything like that, but he's such a little punk cheater, bro. Like, I cannot stand him. Oh my gosh. And then him calling out, screaming out, McGregor. Like, gosh, he's so cringy, man. I can't stand him, man. Yeah.